God in heaven, before I start, I want to thank you for healing my heart. If I'd never been broken, I'd never have needed any repairs. If I'd never been choking, I might never have come up for air. Many times I've doubted, am I for real? Is my heart really true, or is this just how I feel? Are there any absolutes? Is there any give? Is this all we get? Does it matter how we live? All the goody good people making the world a better place need to open their eyes. You can clean up all the rivers, you can scrub and scrape the sky, but your heart will always be dirty until the day you die. Lord, I'm tired of the wisdom of this world. It's like a crown of cardboard studded with imitation emeralds. And everybody wears one almost all the time. I know they're wearing theirs, 'cause I'm clearly wearing mine. And there is a way that seems right to a man that leadeth unto death. It doesn't matter if you turn right or if you turn left. You might be a sinner, you might be a saint. Jesus is either coming back in time for dinner, or he ain't. He was either who he said he was, or he wasn't. You might think it matters what you believe, but it doesn't. I believe the sky is blue and moral certainty is gray. I believe it's time to get to work. I believe it's time to play. I believe the moon is a silver dollar spinning on the back of a golden turtle, and that the earth was once a great athlete who has long since gone infertile. I believe the universe was formed by a spontaneous explosion out of nothing, though no such phenomenon has ever been observed. And I also know for sure that the Bible is bluffing. And I am undoubtedly superior to those lemmings who suffer from unbelievable weakness of mind, though Christ did not say blindly believe, but rather seek, and ye shall find. I believe in the theory of evolution. I believe you are the problem, I am the solution. We are obviously monkeys, I am totally convinced, even though no one has ever seen a frog turn into a prince. And no one has ever once observed the spontaneous generation of a life from non-living matter. No one's ever seen a spoon turn into a knife or a spleen turn into a bladder. Maybe it took a billion years, I guess we'll never find out. But until you produce some demonstrable evidence, I will hold on to my doubt. The world of theories that cannot be tested is the absolute opposite of scientific method. The lie is quite colossal. Is science a game of musical chairs? Can you use the layers to date the fossils, and the fossils to date the layers? Hasn't carbon dating been completely inconsistent from day one? Wasn't Darwin a theologian? Isn't he just the high priest of a religion? All I want to know is if I blow my mind, do my kids get new ones? If we're constantly improving, why does everything turn to dust and ancient ruins? Could it be the trend of the world is toward chaos and decay? Except, of course, in the heart of man, which gets better every day. History proves it. Murder, rape, and greed are on a steep decline. And the desire to control others has never been more sharply undefined. I guess we walked around for eons in total harmony, until we evolved into kings and peons, a civilized hierarchy. At which point everything went to hell like never before. The monolith taught us how to kill and go to war. I guess that means the people are a virus and the gene pool is actually a blender, which is supposed to inspire us to surrender to yet another group of control freaks, so informed and enlightened. Let me guess, you're bad, and you should be frightened. Gaia-worshipping green police, patrolling the streets, an acidic life of carbon credits, and indulgence to the priest. Always for the greater good, the altruistic other, never for the father, always for the mother. Matriarchal communists who think you're guilty if you breathe. Sounds like fun. When do we leave? The humanist religion, at its core, is a drag. Denialistic common nonsense that likes to brag. If you really want to make the world a better place, stop living under the law and start living under grace. 'Cause everyone is guilty and nobody is clean, not even if you're friendly, no less if you're mean. For God so loved the world, He gave His only begotten Son, that whoever believes in Him should not perish but have everlasting life. And if you don't know what that means, get on your knees and ask. Look into the mirror, look behind the mask. I don't need to see it, I'm a sinner just like most, saved by grace, not by works, lest any man should boast. For Christ did not come to save the righteous, whose feathers are displayed, attributes and crass achievements on parade. I made everybody happy, my mind is full of kittens. My mat was pointed toward the east, as it most certainly is written. I banged every chick I ever met. I'm dripping with confidence and drugs. I've got money flying out of my ass on flowing Persian rugs. I'm incredibly prolific. I am a consummate pro. I am the pimp of all creation. Adios, to God I go. So we finally figured out fractals and quantum expressionist prose, biomechanic valentines and subconscious clothes, astrolithic haircuts, paleoplastic shoes, self-immolating garbage cans, and gay Nazi Jews with their pink Stars of David hanging upside down, surrounded by swastikas of various shades of very questionable brown. What is it all going? Where does it indicate? Who will it matter? When do we wait? Where will we get there? Who will finally arrive? Why should I wear my seatbelt if I am not alive? With the brilliance of a dozen suns suspended in gelatinous flame, once you've experienced the blinding power of my hubris, you will never be the same. Even though no two trees have ever been alike in the history of trees, almost no one ever gives credit to the sculptor of these. And the sunset is a painting that moves every day. In fact, it's being painted right now somewhere. It never goes away. And no two snowflakes have ever been alike in the history of snow. Could Picasso plant a paintbrush in the ground and watch it grow? Could Guernica have spontaneously been painted from a tiny seed? Could Michelangelo's David laugh or cry or bleed? Could Mona Lisa give birth to a butterfly? Could she contemplate the universe or even blink an eye? What we slave at to achieve an approximation, God simply sets in motion. There's just not enough willpower in the world to drown the ocean. And if I had all the answers, I wouldn't ask the questions. Maybe that's the point. Maybe it's just a suggestion. And I, for one, really need to learn the virtue of service and the blessing it supposedly brings. We've made ourselves into serfs by turning into kings. And if there's meaning to this life, it's probably somewhere in the blood. And if the human race resembles anything, it's It's a bunch of drunken peacocks in the mud.